There's so many YouTubers that can just like bash it out. The thing is, like, I'm just not not a good YouTuber in that sense, you know. Some people, they might just be much more functional people that don't have to deal with all the mental health issues. But, you know, for who, you know, until I make, you know, changes in my life as I go along, just constantly trying to make things better for who I am, what I'm like, you know, this is just how it works. So, you know, for you who are used to all these other YouTubers, I'm sorry that I'm not a better YouTuber, but it's just the struggle. How can I be more confident in myself? I guess you just need to not, you know, look at what other people are doing and think, I need to be more like them, they're doing it right, and just think, well, you know, I am me. I could try harder to improve in certain directions, but I won't put too much pressure on myself. I'm a strange person. I don't lack confidence, and yet I have social anxiety. They're very different situations. If I went with this idea, the fact of the matter is I actually had to go on a dating app where other people are actually trying to, you know, meet people to play board games with and actually interact with them, and that is actually scary. I know I was pretending to be like a silly version of myself and I wasn't actually trying to like make friends, but I was still terrified. What should the pose be? Because if it's too like, you know, awkward and funny, then no cool people will want to be my friend, and, you know, as someone that lacks self-esteem, that's something that I desperately crave. Okay, you're in Inception, you need something to ground you to reality. Or maybe you're feeling anxious, and you just need something to, like, take you out of your head and physically ground you. You can take this, and you can just spin it, and it's just quite nice to hold it. The thing is, with YouTube videos, is it's really tough for me, because I worry so much. I'm not saying that Dan Does Quizzes About Himself was filler while I was having an existential crisis thinking about this rebranding, moving out and going to Australia, but it kind of was. Hey internet, so a phrase I bring up quite a lot is existential crisis. Mind sinks through a black hole to the centre of the universe and you start falling through a spiral of thoughts on such fun topics as the inevitability of death. An existential crises are dangerous is when you fall into them, they are very hard to get out of, because when you're debating the purpose of reality itself, whatever you have to do in your actual life suddenly seems very unimportant. Just dive onto the knife!
You're gonna cut yourself! That's the
good.
first
I'm
thing.
about that life. There we go. Oh my god, YouTube quizzes, they make me want death. They make me want death. Phil was like, you should do a quizzes about yourself video, and I'm like, maybe it'll be the video where I finally end it publicly on my channel. I would definitely just live out my spider life.
What?
Yeah, I mean, without the weight of human society's pressures and expectations, I could just quite happily spin a web, chill out, nibble on some bees.
Those spiders live for like a week.
Ideal. Daddy is a two-player game. One of you is the dad, one of you is a baby. The object of the baby is to die. Same,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Life. But Dad, how often do you meditate? Meditation is something that I'm interested in, have done a couple times, and should do more. You watching this, just let's forget that other people are, you know, there definitely aren't like several tens of thousands of people watching this right now. Right now, it's just me and you. We're all stressed, overwhelmed, feeling anxious about things. And especially because we spend so much time on the internet, we're having all of these conversations in our mind, like especially when you're thinking about, oh, drama happening, there's just a lot of noise in your head where you're reading all of these imaginary conversations from the internet. And before the internet, I don't think this happened. We have this constant noise in our minds, and meditating is something very good where you take a moment to just be quiet, still, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and just try as hard as possible to empty your mind. Try to connect to the physical world. If there's no one in the same room as you, be like, I'm just a person, alone in a room. Think about what you're touching, what's touching you. Just breathe in and out. And if you do that for like 10 minutes, you'll be like way more relaxed and stuff. It's something that I should do more often, but I don't, instead I just freak out all the time. You're great. Take some time to just look at something nice. Calm yourself down. Take a deep breath in, out, and say, I'm fine. I can do this. I'm in control of my future. Everything will be fine. I believe in you. And then when I feel like I really need some attention, I'll go full 2007 Britney. which is an inspiration to all of us to, reclaim your life. Don't let other people define you, and take time out for your mental health if you want to. Honestly, what an inspiration for all of us. If you feel like the person you're portraying on the outside isn't wholly reflecting who you are on the inside, that can be a source of stress and anxiety. And I'm sure lots of you probably feel like that now. You might be in a friend group that you don't feel like you vibe with. You feel like maybe you can't express yourself because of the situation that you're stuck in, maybe your family, the school, or something like that. And it's that whole thing where you feel like, I need to be who I am. And that could be coming out, it could be dyeing your hair, it could be becoming a hamster breeder, running away to Argentina. It's important that all of you try to not be someone who, like, in a negative way, but just to aspire to communicate the person that you are on the inside, which for me isn't a big deal. But, changing my name to Daniel Howell was just a tiny part of that.
Altruism is the idea that you should do things that help other people and not feel good about it. Like, you should just do it because, and like, you should just do it because, but the idea that you shouldn't feel good about being nice is rubbish. And, it's one of those things that puts too much pressure on people's mental health. If you do nice things for your friends, if you do nice things for your family, if you're a friendly person out about in your public, if you do something to help out charities, then you should feel happy and proud of that. Because, people generally in society, we're way too harsh on ourselves. People are really hostile to each other. People are always trying to bring each other down and find anything to be whatever. So, even if it's holding a door open for somebody, you should just take a moment to think, and you know what? I like that I was nice to another person.
Forget altruism. Be kind for yourself.
Some people on YouTube try to have a message to give people. I guess that mine is, do whatever you have to do to be happy. I'm not telling you to quit your job or not go to uni. That's probably a stupid idea. Do whatever is a good idea for the future that doesn't make you want to do this for 5 hours a day.
Why do people choose to make other people feel bad? Well, generally, either because they're sociopaths who don't care about others,
I lack empathy and am indifferent to human suffering.
or they are projecting, where, like any typical school bully, they will feel sad or angry or insecure about something themselves on the inside and want to take those feelings out on others. The reason people do this is it feels cathartic. After all, it's healthy to let your feelings out, but if the way that you do that is by bringing others down, then unless you're this guy, you'll probably feel bad about it later.
I used the word anxiety in a tweet, and a lot of people got very dramatic, and that's okay. It's good to have opinions, as long as we're all calm and nice. Anxiety is a word. It's the noun of the adjective anxious, which is a general emotion, the feeling of dread that something may happen. People can feel anxious over a variety of things to a variety of degrees without having anxiety disorder, which is a medically diagnosed mental condition. You can describe situations with anxiety, like the night before the Teen Awards, I was filled with anxiety. I didn't sleep. It was really terrible. If someone is out and needs their phone to get home and it's about to run out of battery, they could be feeling anxiety. It's a perfectly fine use of the word. It's not a comment on anxiety disorder. It's just an emotion, and it was a silly reference to my video. It's definitely a very sensitive word that I'll refrain from using regardless. If you want me to delete the tweet or editing the Facebook post, I can, no problem. I'm sorry if that offended you, but genuinely no offense intended. I think it's probably a misunderstanding. I'm quite a politically sensitive person, and we're probably on the same side, okay?
Sometimes I forget that this sense of humour, this whole, sarcastic all the time, self-deprecating, openly laugh at all of your mental health problems, which is a good thing that shows that we're all about being real with our problems. Because some people say, oh, it can't be good for you being all joking about yourself all the time. And I think it's the complete opposite. The people with these self-aware, self-deprecating sense of humours, just think about it. What does it say? If you can joke about your problems in a way that some people feel like, am I allowed to laugh at this? What this shows is you're aware that you have issues, you acknowledge them, and you don't let them define you, and you're willing to talk about them and find them funny. And it's actually a very healthy attitude. So to all the people out there that just openly mock themselves, you go you. Oh yeah, therapy with Dan. Yes, indeed.